Hey guys, ILene Vick here for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. It is Friday, December 13th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I am live. It is week 50 of 2024, and in my neck of the woods, it is currently 40 degrees with a high of 53 and a low of 31. Welcome to my broadcast. I'm here for the next 3 hours for coloring, companionship, chat, friendship, giggles and laughs, pretty pictures, and of course the what, the how, and the why of adult coloring. How I'm coloring something, what I'm coloring, how I'm coloring it, and why I'm doing what I'm doing. Alrighty. Welcome to my YouTube peeps who come in and chat with me. That is always delightful. Welcome to my YouTube peeps who watch this broadcast after the fact. And welcome to my Facebook peeps who see this broadcast when I download it into my group, Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. All right, so let's see who's popped in so far. Mamie, hi Mamie. Maggie's here. Happy Friday, happy Friday, happy Friday, happy Friday to one and all. She likes to sing her way into the room. Hello, Tammy. Hello, TC. Thomas is here. Hello, Lori. Hello, Miss Kitty. All right. Glad to see everybody today. I hope everybody's doing well. There's Linda. Hi, Linda. Linda and the three amigos, Uno, Dos, Trace, Linda, Michelle, and Wally. Okay. Let me plug in one of my devices here. Hello, Amy. So, the two projects that we're working on, I'm going to have to get you guys a new buddy color soon. We've got our Santa worshiping and kneeling by Jesus Christ, reminding us what Christmas is all about. This is from my 'Twas the Night Before Christmas book. This is what the cover looks like if anybody's interested in it. 53 image. Hello, Tanya. So this is what the cover looks like if anybody would like it. And it's got it's a pretty nifty book. Thomas, I've already done a flip through of it. You can get an idea of the book here. It's got all the verses and a related picture with it. Just look it up on YouTube and you'll be able to go back and see everything. All right. So that's the image that we're working on now. Then we've got Disney Collection Thomas Kincaid. It's the Princess book, Disney Dreams Collection Princess version. And we're working on Beauty and the Beast. Amy, you've got one eye open tonight and a headache. Oh, sorry. Tammy, you got your replacement ordered. Okay, good. What? Hold on, guys. I got to move a couple things around here for Putty Tap. Oh, let's see here. Okay. So I hope everybody's doing well. Yeah, well, Thomas, I always tell people with my last name being Vick, I'm one letter short of being famous Vicks cough drops. Okay, so how's everybody doing today? Win, lose, or draw? I'm going to say draw. Things have been pretty quiet. Kitty, draw. Linda says draw-ish. Lori, draw. Maggie, draw. Okay. Thomas, draw. It's been a quiet day. They're still working on your bathroom. Okay. Who else? Angela, lose. Fell down the back steps and hurt my big toe. Ooh. Sorry to hear that. That's no fun. Tammy says win. Tammy, what's your win? Thomas, Mamie just put up the link for the flip through of the book on YouTube. You can click on that link and watch it. Thank you, Mamie. Okay. And that flip through was Wednesday. Tammy says, my friend took me shopping today, and when I got home, friend sent me 120 markers and a new coloring book. Ooh. How cool is that? Okay, so last night I worked in the upper right hand corner and over the top, and then worked on the continuous stream of the light down at the baby Christ. And we also worked on the Santa, and he has bluish hair in the back because of the starlight, and goldish hair in the front because of the twinkling and the light down on the baby. All right. So I'm going to work a little bit more. Well, not a little bit. I'm going to work more on the Santa and get the fur done. And then the only thing that's going to be left that has to be done will be the dangly stuff here and our presents in the lower left-hand corner. Okay. So let's work on our little puffy here. Now, the puffy is going to have the same type of thing as the hat does. We've got lighter color here, bluish in the back. So let me get my pencils out. So let's go to the little puffy. And the collar. Now we're going to follow the same theme of highlighting that we did with the hair and also the cap on top here. So we're going to have a little bit of gold here. So we have our lighter gold. And then we have a little bit of our darker gold near the edge where the hat comes into contact with the puffy. Finger blend. Then we're going to come in with our light blue. Finger blend. Let's see, I want to put a little more of this blue near the bottom. And then, per the grayscale, where it's darker, because it's in shadow, we're going to have darker blue along the bottom of the puffy. And that darker blue on this part of the collar next to the beard. Keep it nice and soft with your finger. Okay. Now, lighter blue down the collar just a little bit. Now, guys, this is why I want you to follow me when I'm doing a buddy color, and why I want you to pace me, because these are the types of techniques I'm showing you. Now, notice how I'm angling right here. And I'm using my lighter blue to blend the edge of that darker blue. Okay. Now we're going to come in with our gold. I'm going to erase a little bit of that blue, but notice how I'm erasing it on an angle. Okay, and then I'm going to come in with gold. And I want you to notice that I'm not putting the gold completely in the area to fill it up. See, we're leaving some of the white on either side. So we have three colors here. We've got the blue, the gold, and the white. And let's finger blend that. And let me pull out so you can see. Okay. Now I'm going to work on Santa's glasses. We need to get a relatively dark gray. Make sure it's gray because we want that silver look. Now I'm just enhancing the gray that's already there. So don't get crazy with it. And I'm rounding up the glasses next to the nose. Same thing on the other side. We're just enhancing our edges. Now, I'm going to use my flesh color and darken around the top of the eyelid, just so that we have a little more color around the eyes. And I'm going to add a little more color around the nose at the base of the lens of the glass. And check how I'm also highlighting on the nose. Any question? Make sure that your face has a robust look. And then I'm going to take a brown and I'm going to run that brown around the eyelash at the bottom here, because of course his eyes are closed. Can everybody see that clearly enough? You want that face to be very expressive. And then I'm going to take a little bit of gold. Remember, we've got a beard and a mustache here. So I'm going to shade a little bit under the left mustache here. His right, our left. Now look how that face is really showing up. Let me pull out so you can see everything for context. Okay. Now, let's go down to the fur on the arms. Hello, Sybilesk. Welcome. Welcome back. Okay. Now, on the bottom part of our sleeve, where it's a little darker, we're going to use our gold. Put it on sparingly. Now, I want to point out something to you here. On this sleeve, which is closest to our light coming from heaven, This part of the sleeve right here is closest to the light. So it's going to be basically white. The areas that are still getting light but not as much are going to be a little darker, and that's why we have a little bit of this gold. Don't get too dark with your gold. And then on that gold, I'm going to put on in a little bit of peach color. This is the flesh color that I used on Santa's face. It happens to be the cinnamon. Faber-Castell 189. So we're going to put just a little bit of that on there. And I'm also going to go back to the collar. I should have done this earlier, but I didn't. We're going to add a little bit of this peach color to the gold up here. And also a little bit on our poofy. And really what that is the light and dark of the poofy and the collar. Again, don't fill in that area. And then I'm going to go over to the hat and I'm going to enhance this peach area a little bit. Same way. And let me finger blend that. Now, with all these little touch-ups, look how beautiful now this Santa outfit looks. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay. Let's work on this sleeve puff. I'm going to come in with a medium gray. And again, as you know, we do gray on gray. This is actually a metallic, let me show you. This is a metallic pale blue. It's a color and it's $4.74 if anybody has it. So it's a bluish gray. And then I'm going to come in with my gold. So I concentrated here on the center, on the side center with the silver gray. And then we're going to come in with gold. Now again, the bottom of the sleeve, this section here is towards the light. This section here is shaded a little bit. And we'll put a little teeny tiny edge of that gold on that left hand side. Now I'm also going to run it to the right, right on top of that gray. We'll just mingle in a little bit of it. All right. Now, we have a poofy on both legs here. So same as I just did above, I'm going to put a little bit of this metallic bluish gray. And it's going to be closer to the straw. And then I'm going to come in with our gold. Don't put too much gold in here. So we've got three colors working: gray, the gold, and the white. So let me pull out. I still have the back fur to do, but let me pull out and you can see now the impact of the way this is being colored. Isn't that beautiful? Everything that we've added here now is really adding to this image and adding to the reverence of it because of what? All the gold. All right. Any questions? Now this whole piece is something that you can easily do because if you watch my step by step, you'll get everything that's going on with it. Okay. Let's do the fur back here. I'm going to start out with the gray. It's going to be gray and gold, but mostly gray. Now, I have a little bit of a water splash here. So I've got to color that over. So Thomas says, I'm giving your book, teacher, a 10 out of 10 face. I don't know what that means, Thomas. 10 out of 10 face? Oh, you're giving the book a 10 out of 10. You really enjoyed the flip through. Oh, good. Glad you watched it. I think that this book could be a collectible for you. In that, once you work your way through all the images, you're going to have a really nice piece. And if you do color the whole thing, it'll make for a nice reading book for your kids or grandkids. Even if it isn't colored. Oh, gonna sneeze. Oh, excuse me. Oh, you were supposed to be born on Christmas, but 3 months premature. Gotcha. Oh, thank you, Sibylise. It's Sybil-esque, isn't it? Esque. I'll get it. Okay, now we're going to put in our gold. And I'm going to mute you guys for a second because I'm going to use a tissue. Oh, Michelle, thank you. Be right back. Okay. Oh, Maggie, you were supposed to be born at Christmas too, but you were 2 months early. Okay, Angela. Take care. I forgot to bring the critters out. Okay. Now we're going to put some gold in there. All right, finger blend. Now, I'm going to put in just a touch of orange. Very, very light. And that's going to give us a really nice color mix in this shade. And then I'm going to go over that orange with my gold. Now this time I'm going to use a paper towel blend. I want this to look very soft. All right. Now I'm adding this little extra gray to cover up that blotch. All right, let's take another look at this whole thing. Hi, Janie. Oh, Janie, don't worry about it. You can always watch the replay. All right, let me grab some water. So, Sybil-esque, are you coloring with us? Now, I'm going to do one thing while I'm thinking about it. I'd like to lighten this darker spot up here at the top. So, I'm using my lightest blue to do that. Oh, you're watching. Okay. Well, all the videos are there if you want to start coloring this. Remember, guys, you want your sky to be very blended. Paul, hello. Oh, Janie, you're going to watch tomorrow? After dinner tomorrow before the chat. Okay. Paul, where have you been? How is your hand? Okay, now let's do the belt. Doggone it, Paul, we missed you. Janie, I use different brands of pencils. I got like 11 brands. They're just different brands. Okay, the belt is going to be a brownish leathery color. You're doing well lately. Your wrist is still sore, but doing better. Good. Are you going to be able to draw again, do you think? Or is it too early to tell? Okay, so this is just a basic brown. Now, this back part here of the belt is in the area that is lit up by the stars. Actually, you did try it this morning, but you're not ready yet. Okay. All right, blue. This is my medium blue. And then a little bit of our dark blue. And then I'm going to use my light blue to blend that. Finger blend. And then I'm going to use the light blue around the outside. Paul, did your doctor say that you would be able to draw again? Okay, back to my darker brown. And then I'm going to come in with a lighter brown for the edge. And our lighter brown on this section here. So I'm putting the lighter brown in spots on top of my darker brown. Isn't that cool? You never asked, but she did say I would be able to use it normally in a month or sooner. Yay! Okay, check out how leathery this looks. And then I'm going to take a little bit of, what, Payne's Gray. Very lightly. And that's going to make this belt look scuffed. So, Paul, what was it about your wrist? Did you tell us why you had to have the surgery? If you did, I forgot what you said. Okay, let's blend this blue a little bit better. Now, I'm going to take some white. And I want to lighten that blue just a little bit. Finger blend. Yes, there was a small broken bone in there from you playing basketball a couple of months back. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay, I'm declaring Santa is done. I think he's looking pretty spiffy. Now again, I want you to see the subtleties of the gold and the blue. A little bit of our pinkish orange over here where it's lighter and our blue. On our belt, the blue is being reflected here in the back. On the cuffs, we've got the gold reflected. So there's a lot going on here. You guys are so quiet. Any questions? And guys, you can do this. Just follow my steps. That's the whole point. I want you guys to accomplish pictures like this, because every time you do, that boosts your confidence. You know how I always ask you, how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time? So, Paul, I have a question for you. In that basketball game that you broke, that small bone, did you win the game? Tammy, we already did the upper left glove. It was done in blues and grays. Oh, not even close, Paul? Good going, Ace. Tammy, we've got blues and grays in here. What color is what little area? And then we've got skin right here. And then here is the inside of the outfit. So that's your red. All right, Paul, what was the score in the basketball game? How badly did you guys lose it? Okay, let's do the hair on the Christ child. Now we're going to go a golden brown. Hallelujah, amen, amen. Sing it with me. Come on, Paul, what was the score of the game? Poor Paul, he comes in and we put him on the spot. Okay. Medium brown. You hurt your wrist at the very beginning, but the points at that time was 3-1. Your team had won. So Paul, when you hurt yourself, could you tell right away that it was like a big no-no? Okay, now I'm going to come in with my gold. Hi, Sarah. And then I'm very lightly going to come back in with my brown. Don't get too heavy with it. And then I'm going to come in with yellow at the top. So Paul, you said, oh yeah, definitely. So I had my good friend who is wanting to be a nurse in the future help me at the time. Oh, good. Okay. Jesus has hair now. Ha ha. Now I'm going to come in with a burnt sienna, which is a reddish brown. And we're going to add that. Let me swatch that for you. All right, we've done good. All right, and very, very lightly take our brown and put a little bit of color in the eyebrow. Don't go overboard with it. Okay. Now, while I'm thinking of it, I need to go into that upper left-hand corner and I want to use my dark blue that I've been using on the sky and use it up here. I want that to look more like sky than it does. And then I'm going to add a little bit of my blue. And what we're doing here, you don't want to color over this because this is our snow. This is our space blue. Let's get that focused again. Come on, come to mama. And then I'm using my lightest blue to smooth all of that out. So Paul, how did you break that bone? Were you grabbing for the ball? Did you run into somebody? In other words, was it worth the break? Okay, Maggie, thank you. Okay, paper towel. We need to blend and blur this up. And then I'm going to come in with some white. Let me find one of my Prismacolor whites. And I'm just going to redefine the snow a little bit. Oh, you were trying to get or catch the ball. You missed it and you fell forward on your wrists instead of your face. Oh, so you were trying to break your fall. All right. Well, better your wrists than your face. Woo! Okay, I'm going to edge the snow just a little bit. Now, for my piece, let's get focused here. There we go. For my piece, I'm going to carry out my gray a little further here. So, Paul, let me ask you this question. You weren't trying to impress a girl, were you? How old are you? Okay, so I've extended the snow on the roof on mine. And now I'm going to come back with my white. And we'll make that snow. No, you weren't trying to impress a girl, and you're 54 years old. Well, doggone it, Paul. If you're going to go through something like that, He should have at least been trying to impress a girl. Make it count. Unless, of course, you're married. Are you married? Okay. I like my snow better. All right. Blender pencil. You know, I use that as a last resort, but we need to soften up the sky. Nope, not married yet, he says. Oh, ladies, we have an unmarried man in here. Now, Paul, you know that all these questions are in good fun, right? Oh, guys, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, now we have shading on the blanket. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tint in. Okay, Maggie. Maggie, we just found out that Paul is 54 and he's not married. Oh, you had to find a plug for your eraser. It finally needs to be charged. I know. Don't you love that eraser? You hardly have to charge it. Now I'm just tinting in this blue. So what does that mean? I'm using my lightest blue, and we'll come back in later and detail in our darker areas. So Maggie, I don't know if you were here earlier when Paul was explaining how he hurt his wrist, but he went to catch a ball and he missed it, and he fell, and he used his hand hands to break the fall instead of using his face. Oh, you were here. Okay. So Maggie, you bought your eraser January of 2020, and I think I've only charged it once. I know, isn't that wonderful? Okay, now I got another little area that I got something on there, so I'm going to color right over it. Paul, I'm not making you feel uncomfortable, am I? You know that this is all in good fun. Okay, let's slide over here. So it's all good? All right. Okay. So, Paul, as you're learning, I've got a quirky personality. I love my peeps, which is my members of my group. And we like to have a lot of fun. Okay. Base color, which means I'm tinting this in. Okay. Now, let me clean this up a little bit. So, Paul, are we making you blush? Okay, I'm just cleaning up these areas of white that got a little gray. Oh, maybe a bit we're making you blush. I'm making you blush. Okay. Now I'm cleaning this off because it's got a little bit of that red on there. So Paul, I take it that you're not working tonight, that's why you can spend time with us? Okay, much better. Linda, you need the affiliate for the eraser? Okay, give me a second, I'll get it for you. I don't think Mamie has it. Oh, that's cool. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you have all those days off. Cool. I'm going to send it to Mamie and she can go ahead and give it to you. Linda? And I'm also going to send the link for the refills. Linda, you are welcome. Thank you for asking. Okay, Mamie, you've got them. Okay, this is probably a good point to stop. Although I am going to make one change on the blanket for the Christ child, because every time I look at this, it makes me think that he looks like he's pregnant. So I'm going to add a little bit more to the blanket. Okay. Blender pencil. Now I'm using this blender pencil because it's such a small area and if I try to use my finger, it's going to interfere with other stuff that I've colored around it. Hello, Kathy. Oh, Maggie, you did the same thing. Maggie, did that look like a pregnant baby to you as well? Well, it looks like I can slip in a finger smudge there. Carmen, hello. Oh, the first link wasn't right for the eraser. Oops. Did you find the right one? Yes, you did. Okay. Oh, somehow got an extra letter. Okay. So did you fix it, Mamie? You're all set? Okay, this is where we are so far. Isn't that beautiful? Linda, are you going to break down and get an electric eraser? All right. So again, this is where we are on this. Any questions? Oh, you have a battery operated one that's okay, but this one sounds better? Okay. Linda, is it an F mat? Guys, we're in really good shape with this. So I've got to work on the hay under the baby. We'll work on the blanket just a little bit more. And then the hay on the bottom and the presents on the left with the candles. Okay, next project. Kathy, how's John doing back at work? Okay. Guys, I hope you've been sharing this broadcast when I started it so that people can join in. You know, I ask you to do that. Miss Tammy, good night. Good night, Tammy. Good night, Tammy. Good night, Tammy. So glad you made it tonight. Miss Janie, are you calling it an evening? Janie, I'm glad you stopped by. Don't be a stranger, of course. Janie, that's great. So, Kathy, he's doing good. His muscles are sore, which is normal. Everyone was happy to see him again. Okay. I'm just reestablishing my grays here in my pencils. Excuse my arm. Okay. So I've been working on the wall. And the teapot. And the teacup. So I'm going to go on the second wall, and that'll get the boundaries placed on here. Kathy, I'm so glad he's doing great. I'm really glad that they kept his job for him. Okie dokie. So I'm going to start with my gold-ish color. Now remember, I added all these extra little squiggles on here to make the cracks. So Paul, are you ever going to start coloring with us? Oh, you told John that he needed to keep in touch with his boss and coworkers. I'm happy he took your advice. Oh, yeah. Oh, you are going to color with us. You just have to wait. Paul, do you have a printer? Oh, and Paul, do me a favor that if you're going to leave for the evening, just tell me, or if you step away from your computer, just do a BRB, be right back. That way I'm not talking to thin air. Okay, here. Look. The water is out there. Oh, you're at a friend's house right now? Gotcha. Okay. Oh, no. What you meant was you don't have a printer. Okay, I got it. But you have access to a printer at a friend's house. I got it. Is that friend's house close by? And Paul, be sure to join my group on Facebook because that's where I post the buddy colors. Okay, now remember that I used a mechanical pencil to draw in these cracks. And the neat thing is, as I'm coloring in this gold, it's smudging that gray just a little bit, which adds to this. Oh, about 2 miles away. Okay. Okay, now I'm not going to color in between these two lines with this gold. You'll see why in a minute. We just need to add our gold to the other side. Oh, you don't have any social media, but you'll get one of your friends to help you make a Facebook. Okay. So, Paul, it looks like we need to get you into the 20th century, huh? Okay, Mamie, thank you. My Linda, so glad to see you. Oh, Paul, that's what some of your friends tell you? Well, you need to listen to them. Okay. Let me pull out. Actually, I think my Linda was trying to say hello, kitty. Okay, now we have a dark front here. So I'm going to go ahead and color that in. Melinda, tell us something fun. Now, this is my dark gray on here. And not my black. So my Linda and Kathy, we need to catch up. You got Ghirardelli chocolate? Oh, that is fun. You won it. And what did you learn in kindergarten? Sharing. So Kathy and my Linda. Oh, Celeste, you got the Disney book. Yay. So to catch you up with Paul, because he was talking about this earlier, he broke his wrist, broke a bone in his wrist playing basketball. And the reason that happened is he missed grabbing the ball, fell on the floor, and stopped his fall with his hands instead of his face, which was a good thing. So he got the surgery done, and his doctor said he'll be good to go in about a month. He's not married, but I didn't ask him if he had a girlfriend. Sharing is caring, that's right. Oh, that reminds me, you and Kathy need to see where we are on our Santa, don't you? So Paul said he's going to get Facebook so that he can get the downloads for the images from the group. But he needs a friend to help him set it up. So here's where we are on the Santa. I'm basically done with him. I got the Christ child's hair done. And I'm working my way down to the left and down. So we've been teasing Paul all evening. Oh, my Linda, thank you. Yeah, his coat and the pants, they turned out really well. Oh, Kathy, this book's on your wish list. Cool. Do I only sell coloring books? Um, well, Paul, my main focus is this group. My main thing, Paul, is to be here for people who enjoy coloring, but are also looking for companionship. So, Paul, I broadcast 365 days of the year. And that includes holidays, so I'm here Thanksgiving and Christmas Eve and Christmas and New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. So it just evolved into me creating coloring books, and because of that, I'm able to give away images like this, and then we can do this as a buddy color. And it's a really great teaching tool. Oh, you'll be here Christmas with us. Yay! Well, there are a lot of people that are either alone or are shut ins or just whatever the case may be. And of course, the joy of teaching coloring and coloring with people. So selling the coloring books helps with the monies that I need to put into the group, getting supplies, stuff like that. But I've had a lot of people that have been generous with just out and out gift cards to me on Amazon. It's been great. I've had some people, when they buy my PDFs, they put in a tip. So, are you working Christmas Eve, Paul, or will you be here Christmas Day? Or both? Okay, let's keep going. And Paul, I'm glad to hear that you'll be here with Christmas. Okay. So I'm going to color around the outside of this flower just to complete that image. You guys know how I always tell you it's perfectly okay to draw in your books? Paul, I may have asked you this before, but you know the difference between grayscale and line art coloring, right? Okay, I'm working my gray in between these flowers. Oh, these edges. Oh, you haven't colored anything, so I'm completely new to adult coloring. You only draw. Okay. Gotcha. Whoops. Oh, Sybilesk, you're new to drawing or coloring too? Okay. Well, guys, to the two of you, do the buddy color with me. And you'll learn a lot. Okay, so Paul and Sybilesk, this is line art. There's no gray on here to show where to highlight or where to shade and shadow. This is called grayscale. So basically you're using a light, a medium, and a dark pencil of whatever color you're using. And you'll see that you've got light, medium, and dark grays in this hay. So when I go to color that, I'll have a light, medium, and dark of golds and yellows. Now, that's a very simplistic explanation. When I did the blanket earlier, right, grayscale is darker than line art, and it's got the shades and shadows. For example, on this blanket, you can see that there are 2 shades of gray here. And when I colored this in, I used my light gray to color everything, but then I'm going to come back and I'll shade this area darker. And that's where you see all the subtleties of the image. And then on top of that, we'll blend everything together. That's what we're doing with the Santa suit. It's got the light, medium, and darks of our reds. And then we blend everything together. We smudge them together. And that's how you get really great looking images. Okay. So like I said, during my broadcast, I'll do 1 grayscale and 1 line art. And this Disney is the line art one that I chose. Now, if this Disney were grayscale, this area where I did the jacket of the beast, that would have been printed with different shades of gray that I would have filled in with my colors or colored in with my colors. But since it's line art, I had to produce the shading and shadowing myself. Now, the Disney books are such that each page is a side-by-side. This is oil-based over here. This is pencil. So you will never, ever, ever have this side looking exactly like this side. I've done other images out of this book. Let's see. So this is the side-by-side here. I think it turned out pretty well. Let's see if I've done any more in this. This is the other Disney book. I've done more in these. Here's the side-by-side of Tweedledee and Tweedledum. This is the original. This is the coloring that we did. Now, the thing is, a lot of people are intimidated by these Disney books. And really, the opposite should be true, because you have the image right to your left each time to follow. Oh, this one was fun. Lady and the Tramp. There's the original. There's the one I colored. Exactly. The picture on the left is a guide. That's exactly what it is. These books, yes, I will be here on Super Bowl Sunday. For some reason, people are intimidated doing images out of this book. Here's Snow White. I still have got to finish this one. This one was fun. We did Timothy Robbins and Pooh Bear. Winnie the Pooh. So Paul, Sibylise, what do you think? Sybil-esque. Do not be intimidated. Okay. So let's get this wall done. I accidentally colored this side in my gold. I'm going to erase it, otherwise this gray is not going to look as dark. All right. Now take your time. Remember, coloring is all about the journey. All right. Let me put a piece of paper underneath this so I can... Okay, Kathy, thank you. So I can get this edge. Okay. Now, as you can see, the gray here is a little bit lighter than the gray here. Same pencil, but because I had accidentally put the gold underneath this changed the color. And sometimes layering colors is a really great way to make a unique color combo for your piece. Okay. Now I'm going to get my Payne's Gray. Now, Paul and Sybil-esque, there is absolutely no reason why you can't draw in your coloring books, because sometimes things need to be completed or whatever. You saw me do that a little bit with the flowers. Okay, so let's make this gap look really, really cool. By putting some different shades of gray in between here. And I'm going to bring that gray out a little bit. Now, notice that I'm not completely filling in this area in between with my Payne's gray. Now, actually, we don't have to worry about this going down, because in the original, this is dark as well. But for those of you that have been with me a while, you know that I don't just slap one color on an area and go on. You know I use multiple colors. Why? That's because it gives you the depth, dimension, and detail of the image that you're coloring. So I'll be back. I'll be back. To that area of the wall that's going downward. Okay. Let's go back to our center crack here. Medium gray. Check it out. And then I'm going to start to use that medium gray on these cracks that I drew in. Okay, Kathy, thank you. Now, still with that medium gray, I'm also going to use it here on my gold background. Now, notice that I'm not doing a full coverage of this, right? And I also want you to notice that I'm using my pencil in circles. Now let's go to the other side of our clock person here. Don't forget, when you lift your pencil, do a slight turn with it so that it keeps that point. Notice how I'm outlining and shadowing around the base of the candle. Oh my gosh, this evening just flew, didn't it? And then I'm going to come back and shade underneath the legs of the clock. All right, we're getting there. Any question? Okay, now I'm going to come in with a darker gray. So that was my light gray, with my light, medium, dark. Oh, Sybil-esque. I can call you Sybil. Are you sure? Is that what most people call you? Okay, medium gray. I don't mind calling you Sybil-esque. You let me know what you want. Okay, now I'm starting to color in darker patches. Now, this is where people get into trouble with coloring this book, is that they think if they don't get it exactly like the left-hand side of the picture that it's wrong. So what we're doing is a representation of what's going on that left-hand side. And then I'm going to come in with my darkest gray, which is my Payne's gray. And now I'm going to shadow these cracks. And then I'm going to come in with a light green, because if you look at the original, there's some green in this. And if you think about it, that makes sense because there would be green moss growth. All right, finger blend. And then I'm going to come in with my eraser and I'm going to erase out some lighter areas. And then to finish this puppy off on this side, I'm going to come in with a light brown. And give this a brownish tint. Now, I'm going to turn my book and I'm going to color this in the other direction. And that'll break up our streaks. All right. Let me pull out. Check it out. Now my colors are a little richer. I like them that way. Any questions? Questions or comments? So So tonight we worked on our Disney and our Santa. And I think both are turning out really well. Okay, guys, time to call it an evening. This is ILene Vick for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. Guys, joyous, joyous coloring. Guys, I need one more like to get that up to 20. If somebody would hit that like, I would appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed tonight. I hope you had a good time. I hope you learned something. I will see you tomorrow night, same time, same place. Oh, there we go. I got my 20th. And we'll see what else we can get into. Guys, please, please, please share this broadcast. We need to reach other people who are lonely or alone, disabled, whatever the case may be. Here, let me change my focus. We'll do it this way. There we go. Much better. Okay, guys, love ya. See you tomorrow night. Have a great rest of the evening. Bye.